on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Coaches Convos. I'm Coach Will. As always, I'm here with Coach Quan, and today we're going to talk about what it takes to be certified as a personal trainer. Do you need to look the part when you are a personal trainer, and red and green flags when looking for a personal trainer? We're going to discuss all of that and more. But in the meantime, if you can hit that like button, if you can hit the subscribe and the bell to be notified, new videos are going to be dropping every Tuesday. We're going to try and get more videos out, some shorts, some, double episodes a week. So make sure that you're the first one there. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and leave a comment on stuff that you want us to see. But with that being said, let's get started on what it takes to certify. Now, we both have two different certifications. You want to kind of talk about your certification, what you like about your certification, and what maybe they offer on top of just personal training.
Yeah, so real quick though, I just want to tap into how I got into it actually.
Yes.
Took it, just Google. I searched up on Google. No, seriously, you laugh.
No, you're
but
right.
I searched up on Google after working with my coach for a period of time. How do I become a personal trainer? And they gave me like step-by-step list on what do I got to do to, become a trainer. So I literally copied and pasted it, wrote it into my notebook, and I just took those steps and then I, planned it out. So there's a bunch of different certifications that you could go for. I went for the International Science Association, so that's just short for ISSA. And then that's by yourself. Take your time. You can get that certification at any time done. I actually extended my course because I didn't get it done in this period of time that they gave me. So I actually got extra time, and with my certification came with my nutrition certification as well. But yes, just International Sports Science Association. My favorite part about it was learning the anatomy of the body. So I'm very into science and mathematics. It's stupid, but whatever. It's just something that I'm into. So actually taking the anatomy course, the first subject, the first part of it, was my actually best interest of it. So, and then what else was it?
What you did, what got you into it, and the things that you like about it. So that was pretty much all. And then, what do they offer going forward? Because I know some have different, continuing education courses. What are some like the continuing ed that yours has that you really like about it?
Okay, so they guide you in your business model. So necessarily, if you have a bunch of different workouts that you need to follow, you need to learn, and you need to proceed to do, they have like an exercise course where they give you, they call it the hyper strike videos. There's over like 1,000 videos on that just constantly demonstrate and show different variations to said movements and stuff like that. So that's the continued education right there. And then they also help you with your business model. So showing you how to make sales, showing you how to get new clients, and just continue the business going for yourself.
I like that.
And what about you? What certification you got?
So I did the same thing. I just Googled. Actually, I didn't even Google. So mine all started with my first year at community college. I was going for my fitness specialist associate's degree, and my first semester I had a professor who owns his own health club. Out in Nassau County, I think it was, and he was talking to us, and he was going through the motions, and he said, "Yeah, so you come out of this course, you come out of this degree with I think it was an ISSA or a NASM certification," but he said, "Me personally, I only hire ACE certified American Council of Exercise trainers." And in my head, because I wanted to be a personal trainer, I wanted this to be my full-time career, I thought, well, why am I going through this when I could just get my ACE certification? So I looked up how to get my ACE certification, and it was an online course. They mailed me my book, they mailed me my textbook, practice tests, and then I actually had to go in person. This was prior to the pandemic, prior to the lockdowns. I had to go in person to a testing facility to take my test. It was all multiple choice. I know some people in the business that we talked to that it was very different. It was a very bigger deal to get your certification.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
Definitely.
They had to do like written exams, essays. It was a much higher barrier of entry than now. It's a multiple choice test, and even one of our trainers here, he also got American Council of Exercise because he asked me which one I did, and he told me the whole thing was online, and so he had like his book right there, and he was able to take the test with all like an open book test. So the barrier of entry has definitely dropped down, even in the 2-3 years that I've been a trainer.
Definitely.
But still, with that being said, the American Council of Exercise, they are more about the behavior modification and behavior change, which is something that I really enjoy. There was, obviously the talks about the range of motion, how to keep everyone safe, how to help with corrective exercises. That was a lot of the foundation. That they were big on the range of motion tests, any kind of all flexibility tests. But the part that I really liked was the behavior modification and changing people's behaviors and how to encourage them. And from there, I stemmed off into my fitness nutrition specialist, and I'm currently working through my sports-specific training certification. So they have a lot of big courses, but they also have smaller courses like business model, like business toolkit, how to get an online business going, how to training specifically with clients with special needs, which you and I both have clients with special needs. So I think that was something that really hit home for me, which was really helpful to have that understanding.
Definitely.
So, all that to say, look it up online. Look at the different ones. Definitely choose which one, because I know people that do the NASM. The NASM is more, I forgot what it actually stands for. I'm going to look that up right now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. What's the difference between certifications?
Yeah, so the National Academy of Sports Medicine is the NASM. They're more based on program building. When I looked all this up after I got my certification, because when I came here, I saw everyone had different ones. So the NASM is they're more geared towards program building and building workout programs and setting that up with people. That's more their strong suit in their certification. ISSA, like you said, was more about
the science,
science.
Learning the body, why the muscles work, the muscle regions, bone connections, connective tissue, all that stuff. It was super interesting, actually. Yeah, super interesting.
Absolutely. Whereas the American Council of Exercise was more about the behavior modification. Now, that being said, I do want to specify that all three of these have continued education that can go into these other things. So there is corrective exercise and biomechanic continued education for me in the ACE certification. And I'm sure there's program building in both of our certifications.
Likewise, most definitely. No, there is.
So for you, it's looking up which one that you want to be affiliated with, which one do you find the most interesting, the most engaging, comparing them all, and also price. So some of them are a little more expensive than others. I think ISSA was a little factor. I think ISSA was a little less expensive. NASM is a little more expensive one, but some of them might be received better. Like, for example, the professor I had in community college, he said that he prefers ACE certified trainers over any other one. I know other places that only accept if you are looking for a personal training degree, so that's what you should do. Go, if you want to get a job as a personal trainer, you should also look at Indeed or any kind of now hiring site and see what gyms in your area are accepting.
Yeah, exactly. And look at the certification qualifications that they do accept for their new hires. That's something that I had to do. I applied to a bunch of different gyms, and they would ask me, what certification do you have? I wasn't even fully certified yet, so it's like I couldn't even answer that question. So it's pretty funny, just looking back at my own, self and what I did to become a personal trainer. All it really takes is just going online, looking up what certification you want to go for, because there's a plethora of options, and then if it fits the budget range and makes sense to you, go for it, buy the course. I actually lucked out and got my courses together in a nice little deal, and I'm sure if you were to look online right now at the website ISSA, they have a deal going on where you could do like payment options on the program, and then it's a lot cheaper than how much it was when I bought it, and that was 3 years ago. So definitely take advantage of just taking a search on Google and going through the ropes, going through the motions to make the best decision possible if you are looking to become a personal trainer.
And with that being said, thinking about budget-friendly options, two other options you can think about is, one, you can check the time of the year that you're ordering it, because there's probably going to be more of a demand for personal trainers right before summer starts and right before the new year. So these places, and they also probably run Black Friday deals and stuff like that. So just kind of watch these sites. If you're interested, once you pick one you're interested in, keep a lookout for it. See if the prices drop depending on the year. Like I think I got mine before the new year. It was a Black Friday sale, so I got a really good deal on that. Another thing, if none of them seem budget friendly, reach out to some gyms. Some gyms might offer to pay for your certification. Planet Fitness, I think that's one of the ones. They have a lot of trainers. Like they have a very cyclical training department, because a lot of people will go in, get their certification, and then leave. Because Planet Fitness will pay for the certification. I don't know if that's with every Planet Fitness. That's what I've heard. I never looked at that personally, but I also know the downside of that is the Planet Fitness trainers, I believe, are paid less than what you and I make as trainers in a Gold's Gym or a private trainer. So with that being said, that actually takes me to my next step, which was when I got my certification. The reason why I applied to this gym and not the gym that I was going to at the time, and actually our boss, when we interviewed, she asked me, why this gym? Why did you decide Gold's Gym and not the gym that you were working out at? And I said, honestly, I don't think I looked the part. The gym I was working out at was a very bodybuilder predominant gym. It was a lot of IFBB pros and a lot of people that were decades in the business. So I felt very underqualified, not only as someone with a brand new, freshly printed certification, but I also felt like I didn't look the part. So that's the next part of this. Do you need to look the part to be a personal trainer? Do you need to be absolutely jacked to the gill? For the ladies, do you need to be, have the big legs? Do you need to be very thick, or do you need to be like a bikini model? How do you feel about that? Do you need to look the part to be a personal trainer once you're certified?
In my opinion, my answer to that is no, because I've seen it, and I root for them. You know what I mean? Necessarily, if you come into this gym surrounded by me, I'm very open, very open arms, hug you, throw you around a little bit, just fine. But yeah, no, in my opinion, you don't have to look the part, but it is ideal if you do. Necessarily, that it might attract more clients for yourself. But if you're not going to look the part, at least have the education and the knowledge to back up what you do say, so that clients could, feel empowered and, know that they're making the right choice with you being as their trainer. It is hard being a trainer, not fitting the part. I felt the same way when I first started, as you were saying. Just had my fresh certification, and I didn't have the body image that I necessarily wanted. Now, I was 265 pounds. I was maybe sitting around 180 pounds, but I wasn't where I wanted to be. I was still considered skinny fat. So I didn't think I looked the part. Now, looking back at it, I think that I did look the part, and it's taken me this far now. So still being in the field, not losing any love for it, working out, the athletic training, I feel as if I have that athletic build, so yes. I fit the part, I guess. But that doesn't change who I am, and it doesn't change the people that I've trained or the clients that are going to come in and want to train with me. The people that want to come in and train with me, they see it from the results that I have with the clients, whether it be them on the floor or the athletic kids in the back room. They're going to come in because they want to get better at their sport, they want to get faster and more agile, and some people just want to lose some hard belly fat, some stubborn belly fat, and put on some muscle. And that does come a little bit more if you do look the part, but you don't necessarily have to. Right? That's my take on it.
Absolutely. And with looking the part, some people play a different part for different roles, because like you and I both know, there's a lot of people with a lot of different goals in the gym. Mm-hmm. Some people are looking to look jacked. Some people are looking to get to really build. Some people are looking to lose a stubborn belly fat. Some people are coming to the gym terrified of the gym. So I know a lot of people that have looked at you and me. Now, we're not necessarily super like the most built guys, super like, but even us, people find intimidating. Yeah. People find overwhelming. Maybe even our outgoing personalities is something that people rail against. When I first started, I was a lot more quiet, a lot more reserved, and I definitely didn't look as muscular as I do now, which is very little. And there were people that felt more comfortable with me in that sense, and we know a bunch of trainers that don't necessarily look anything, I don't want to say remarkable, but anything outstanding, anything crazy, and they have a lot of clients because they feel safer with them, they feel more related to them, and they feel, more comfortable training with someone like that because they think that they have more of a real connection with them. But that's also why, as a trainer, it's so important to share your story of where you came from. Quan being on both sides of it, being able to see the big guy trying to lose weight and the skinny guy trying to put on muscle, he's very relatable to a lot of different people.
Yeah, and that's super vital. Being able to relate, showing them that you're on the same level, and then we're on the same journey. That does tend to happen with a lot of clientele. They think that you are superior or better to them just because they did hire you. But again, we're on the same journey. It took me a hard time to lose the weight. It took me a hard time to put on the weight. It's going to take you a hard time to lose it and put it on. So it's just that simple.
And that's why no matter what you look like or where you came from, what's most important is the knowledge. That's why you see some of the best coaches don't look like athletes. Some of the best coaches I've ever seen, like, look at Brian Dable from the New York Giants. Like, you have like these really small guys, these really like skinny guys, or really big guys. You know, most of the athletic departments and most of the people that are in these, that have these bachelors and doctorates of exercise science, don't look like they study exercise science. They look like they're some nerds, and they have the knowledge to back up. So what's more important than the physique? I don't care, and that's where we're gonna go into the next part. I don't care how you look. I care about what you know.
Yeah.
And that's when I look at my trainers. When I'm hiring new trainers, what's more important to me is how is their personality and how is their knowledge. I care about that much more than it looks. If you look the part, and some gyms will hire you based on only looking the part, and that's how you have a lot of trainers that don't know what they're doing, are very not knowledgeable, and can lead to a lot of injuries. So now, with that being said, let's look at the green flags and red flags when it comes to finding a personal trainer, because some of you are going to be shopping personal trainers because you need help, and that's okay, and that's what we're here for. But you want to make sure you're choosing the right trainer when it comes to what your goals are, what you're doing, and what you want, and what's going to keep you in the gym the longest. So do you want to start with red flags or green flags?
Let's go positive.
Let's go positive.
Give me a green flag. What do you think is a green flag when looking for a personal trainer?
A green flag is someone who's not going to immediately talk money. I want a trainer that is going to offer me a free session, that is going to have a conversation with me and not even try and book a session yet. Free knowledge is so important. It comes a long way when you're a trainer. Building rapport and building a foundation with potential clients or even potential friends or members. Not being business first, not being money first, and having a trainer that's going to talk to you about whatever your goals are and just have a pleasant conversation with you. And organically, you're going to want to train with them because you can tell their knowledge. What's another green flag that you see? When you think of a trainer, what's something that you really like about them?
No, that was a good one. One thing that I like about trainers, I would say green flag, is positive energy and reinforcement compared to negative connotations and stuff like that. So as long as they could give you a nice big smile first thing in the morning, as soon as you walk in, I would say that's a green I can't even speak right now. That's a green flag to look out for. Someone that, you know, could hide whatever they're going through, take your problems, and then put them and make them onto yours, and then still follow that up with a good workout to, you know, relieve your stress. So leaving their own problems at home, not bringing it into the gym, just so that you guys could have a great day, great workout, is a green flag in my opinion.
I love that. So another green flag that I'm going to say is, on top of that, not only do they not, they leave their problems at home, and when they come in, it's all about you. They're listening. They're listening to, one, your problems, one, things that you got going on in your life. They're they care. They have a lot of empathy towards your problems, but they also can listen to not only your problems, but what pains you. So a trainer that listens is so important, because if you tell them, oh, this hurts, and they're going to tell you, oh, you just got to push through the pain, and not break that question down, like we've talked about this before. Mm-hmm. Does it hurt on a bone-on-bone kind of way, or does it hurt like, oh, you're working your muscles? I have a client, I have a friend actually, who he was so reluctant to get another personal trainer because he was telling his trainer, hey, this hurts, what I'm doing hurts right now. And the guy said, you gotta just push through it, you gotta just push through it. And he ended up tearing his trap. Like, he ended up really injuring himself and being out of commission for a long time because his trainer didn't listen to him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So having a trainer that listens and is not out in the world, is not texting someone else, is very engaged in your session. What's another green flag you got?
Yeah, no, that's a good one too right there. I would say green flag. It's the most important, but I don't know. It's actually stupid. I would say cares about your results, because there are a lot of trainers that just kind of just want to sign you up, take the bread, and run away with it. But if they're gonna gear you to what's needed to get you to your results in a short period of time, an extended period of time, and express that it does take time to get to your results. But again, like you said, listening as a trainer, on our first meeting after we offer you that first free session, we should be listening and hearing out for every single little goals, what makes you you, just so that we can program it, something in a way that makes it make sense for you in the easiest way possible, for you to understand in the easiest way possible, just like that. So just to tap off attention to detail, like you were saying.
And I got one more after this, but I do want to piggyback on that. Not only do they care about your results, they care about your results for you, and not for their social media transformation posts.
Yeah, definitely.
When I take before and after pictures, I want to make sure that they are very similar. And we'll get more into this on the red flags. I want to make sure that not only are you getting the results, but you're keeping the results outside of me. My goal is for you not to need me. If you want to train with me for the rest of your life, I will happily train with you for the rest of your life.
Yes.
But my goal is for you to be so confident and so understanding of what you're doing in the gym, why we're doing what we're doing, that you can confidently work out on your own. If you stop training, or if you want to come in extra days without me, or if I'm not available, I want you to feel confident to step into this gym and get a full workout in, have a full consistent week, and you know why you're doing what you're doing, and you can even practice what you preach to other people. And as a trainer, you want to have people that are going to sell you, because if you have clients that not only saw results but feel confident in you as a person, they're going to refer you to other people, and that's how you stay in this industry. That's how you keep longevity in this industry, is by referrals. Because you could sell to people all day, but at the end of the day, I can get 1 or 2 people on the gym floor that I can convince to come with me, and I can convince to be my client. But it's so much easier when 5 people come up to me and be like, oh, this one told me about you, this one really likes you, they trust you, and I trust you because of that. So that's why it's so important to be attentive, to be caring, and to be the walking green flag at the gym.
Yeah, most definitely. I like that. Be that energy that attracts people to in the gym. 100%.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking. I think I don't have any more green flags. I was thinking I had a good one, but I flew on the top of my head.
So the last green flag that I want to talk about is practicing what you preach. There's so many trainers that don't do this. I can't understand when you have these trainers that are going to berate people and come in to talk about all these different things that they should do, but they don't do it themselves. It's so important when you are a trainer to be doing what you do and doing what you talk about. Like, for example, whenever I train my clients and their goal is to build muscle or their goal is to lose weight, I'm going to tell them, this is how I would train, this is how I'm going to train to get to these goals. Like, I know when I'm getting ready for a prep, I'm not going to do anything super dangerous and super crazy. I might go beyond the normal levels needed to drop down to the weight for bodybuilding, but that's because bodybuilding has a different demand. But if goal is weight loss, then I know we need to do cardio, we need to be in a caloric deficit, we need to up our protein, we have to mind our carbs, and I might do that to a more extreme, but I'll explain that too, and I'll tell people, and I'll be very open with it. I'm doing this is not for longevity, this is not to be replicated, unless you're also going to be in a bodybuilding situation. Same thing with my muscle gain clients. I'm not going to tell you to do 100 reps on the chest press because I'm just not going to do that. I know that's not necessary. I know that's not needed. If I'm looking at workouts online and they seem super crazy but they look super fun, if it's not beneficial to you, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it for the sake of posting on my social media. Oh, look at this cool workout. That's why I don't post a lot on social media, because my workouts are super boring, and so are my workouts with my clients.
It's not going to change.
It's not going to change because it's not supposed to.
Yeah, that's exactly a good way to start the red flags. The workouts for social media, how they have no impact on results or towards your goals. It's more so for the views. But then again, if you look at the people that are posting those type of things, how did they get that physique? How did they get their body? They did a bunch of boring stuff, and they put a bunch of years into training to look and obtain that physique that we all like, you know? So it is super boring, but my bad to cut you off.
No, that's absolutely right. And that's, let's start getting into the red flags. Another red flag is guaranteed numbers. So people saying, we can lose 30 pounds in 30 days, you know, and we've talked about this before, where they promise more than they can, actually keep, because they've seen averages. So if you have, you and I both had very, very overweight clients.
Yeah.
And those overweight clients, with a little bit of work, were able to lose a significant amount of weight because they had a lot more to lose. If I'm telling my clients that are looking to only lose 10 pounds and they only need to lose 10 pounds, to tell them that I can make my clients drop 10 pounds in 10 weeks is not necessarily honest, because the client I'm thinking of is someone who had 80 pounds to lose.
Yeah.
So 10 pounds was able to fall off them right away.
Just added activity.
Absolutely.
Literally. So I agree with you. I think that is a big red flag, guaranteeing numbers or results, because taking someone that's outside the gym atmosphere, hasn't worked out necessarily before, and has a lot of room for improvement, they will see that improvement if they were just to do it by themselves too, you know what I mean? So I completely agree with you. I would say one of the red flags for me is, we touched base on it on the greens, is the attention to detail, and being there, being present in the workout, because it is just more than a workout. We are, sometimes falling into a place of a therapist, hearing their stories and listening to them. So being caught on your phone 24/7 is a big red flag for me. I understand you have business models outside the gym and ventures outside the gym. You have emergencies, your parents call. I know when my mom calls, I pick up. You know what I mean? But just being on the phone is a major red flag for me. When I was a rookie working, or a trainee working with my trainer, I would hate when he'd be on his phone. Just me personally. I don't have my phone. My phone's in my locker. Your phone should be in your locker too. No offense. Or you should be texting your girlfriend while we're working out. I'm trying to learn from you. So that's what I would expect from my clients. I don't ask them to leave their phone in the locker. Most of them just do it. And then, they're giving me their full attention. I would like to give them my full attention. So that's a major red flag for me. If I was just tapping away, or my coach is just, I'd be super what is going on? What is going on? And I think about that with training clients on the floor, and then the athletic kids as well. So, will never catch me sitting on my phone while I have a group of 10, 15 kids in front of me. It's just not going to be possible. I have to make sure that they're doing everything proper. And it's the same thing with one-on-ones in personal training. Corrective exercise is the most important thing, and that's what we're trying to do to speed up the process to get to your goal. So I have to be staring at you and not my phone. So
absolutely, yeah. Otherwise, you're not going to watch people perform, and that's something that we're very aware of, is seeing people that are not paying attention to the form of their clients because they're on their phone, and now their client is not doing effective workouts and possibly potentially dangerous workouts. And that's another thing I do want to talk about, is dishonest transformation stories or dishonest results. So I've seen it go as far as someone taking other people's transformations and posting it as their own.
Yeah, no.
I've seen people. I've seen trainers to say, and I was very honest. This is something that I had on my own story, where I've had a couple of girls that came in and they lost weight, and I talked about this before on this podcast. They've had major weight losses before they met me. Their goal with me was to build muscle, and that's what I highlighted. So I wouldn't take a picture of them at their biggest before I even met them, and then at the point of when we started training, or after 3 months with me, because that's dishonest. It's not, this is what happens with 3 months of training with me. No, this is what happens with a year of proper nutrition, and then this happens. And then you take this one from when we met and take 3 months from there and watch how the muscle is built. And you're honestly not going to see a lot of crazy transformations. You're going to see a lot more people that have stories, and a lot more people who, especially in, when you're in a commercial gym setting, I don't have a lot of transformation stories, because I have a lot of people who are walking better. I have a lot of people who feel less pain every day. I have a lot of people that have more confidence, or they feel safer. They're less worried about injury. And that's stuff you can't really post on social media. You can't post it before and after, and that's not something that grabs people right away.
Most definitely.
And if you are posting before and afters, making sure this is something that I know you hyperfixate on, is making the before and after accurate.
Yeah, the same atmosphere, same lighting, same photos, same clothing items, same everything. It should be the same before and after, not a different. I don't know. I'm very heavy on it, and for the thing, everything is the same, just so that we could actually depict the before and afters. And then we also go from the top to the bottom, from your head to the toes. We need to see everything in the same outfit, same position, same place, same, not necessarily same time, but it'll be ideal to get it at the same time, first thing in the morning or something like that.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, no, that I agree completely with that. That kind of goes into one more thing, but it looks like you have another thing to say.
No, go back to it.
I was going to segue into another red flag, because being dishonest, kind of deep, I would say a major red flag is a very, very cheap personal training package. In a sense, because that's going to devalue other personal trainers and their programs and what they offer, and what they could do for a set person. Now, say if you were coming into the gym and the gym's prices are at $45 for a set hour, and you see an advertisement on your Instagram for personal training for $20 for the hour. Understand that there's something making that price range $20 compared to the inside the gym. Now, inside the gym is always going to be more expensive than an outside trainer, depending on where your location is. But with that being said, if you see the value of the personal training from the independent trainer a lot lower, understand you are going to be paying what you're getting. So it's not going to be the same value completely. So I don't like that at all, because I'm trying to, get more certifications, get more tests involved, get more knowledge, get that stuff, and be able to charge a little bit more value, because I bring a lot of value. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and that's the biggest part about what you get what you pay for. Because if you train with myself or Quan, well, one thing, you have access to a gym that you're allowed to be at, because a lot of these trainers that charge cheaply, they sneak into gyms that they eventually get kicked out of. They also don't have the same level of knowledge that me and Quan have. But also, they might not even be certified, so that goes into dishonest trainers.
Yeah.
Ask them what their certification is. I put in my bio, I'm an ACE certified personal trainer and fitness nutrition specialist, because there's a lot of people who just have good bodies and they train people, and they don't understand how much more there is to it than just looking good. Just because you got the results you did with how you work out does not mean you're a good trainer. And that goes into how some trainers don't look the part, but they know the part. The opposite can be said. They can look the part, but not know the part.
Yeah.
Some people have really good genetics. Some people are on performance-enhancing drugs. Some people are are following other people's programs and then just send you other people's programs.
Literally.
So that's that's a big red flag. Make sure they're actually certified, because on top of them not knowing what they're doing, they also probably aren't insured. So that's the biggest thing. I have, on top of the insurance, and we have coverage from the gym, I have private trainer's insurance. Because if I were to train outside the gym, I'm liable for this person if they get hurt.
Quick tangent, that comes with your certification as well. You just have to apply for it and then, send your information out, and they'll give you that when you get certified. It did come with my international certification as well.
Yeah, ACE gave me a discount on a specific insurance place, and like you said, you had to put in your information. If you don't have the information, you can't get the training insurance. So now if you have someone who is underqualified, doesn't know what they're doing, and uninsured, you can get yourself in a world of pain. You can put, and you can,
right to injury.
You're not only are you going to be injured, but you're going to have to foot that whole bill, because this kid clearly can't afford to pay for your hospital bills if you sue him, and now you're stuck in possible permanent damage, possible rehab for a long time.
Legit coma.
Yeah, so please make sure, if you're going to train with someone, make sure that they are qualified. I did not train anyone until I was qualified. Because I didn't want to have that responsibility. I want to make sure I knew what I was talking about. And looking back now to where I was, I'm so glad I didn't train anyone when I was a dumb kid that just started putting on some muscle. So that's the biggest thing when it comes to dishonest trainers. Also, a big red flag for me is, poaching. if there's a personal trainer, if you're training with a trainer, and you have other personal trainers in your DMs talking negatively about other trainers, that's the biggest red flag. Do not trust that trainer because they're going to tell you whatever they can. Even you might have a bad trainer. It's very possible you have a terrible trainer, but another trainer should not be the one to tell you that unless you ask them. I'm not going into Quan's client's DMs and saying, yo, Quan sucks. He is the worst trainer. He's not training you right. Come train with me. I'll be able to take care of you. That's so underhanded. It happens a lot.
Like,
it is
a
very cutthroat business.
Like while I'm training her, he just walks over. Hey, this is your coach? Yeah, I could train you a lot harder. Hey, it doesn't look like you're going too hard. Well, why don't you go back over where you came from?
Yeah.
You know, but it happens a lot. It does happen. That is a major red flag for me as well, I would say. One just came to the top of my head, but yeah, I know.
I'll keep talking while you think of it. Because I'll keep talking about dishonest trainers, because that tells me this trainer doesn't know how to actually train. They just know how to steal people that are already convinced to do personal training. They don't know how to sell themselves as personal trainers. They know how to devalue other personal trainers so that they can move in and make some money. Because obviously they're probably not going to be as qualified. They're probably not going to know what they're doing. Even if they do, it might be a different style. There's probably a reason why your trainer is training you. And that's why another red flag, while we're talking about it, is a trainer that is open to criticism and open to what you have to talk about. If you don't like how your trainer trains, they better give you a solid reason on why you're training them what they train. I have a guy who fights me pretty much every day. He always has different reasons on why we shouldn't do what we're doing, why he wants to do something else, and every day the difference between me and a bad trainer is I'm not going to give in to what he's... And we've talked about this before too. I'm going to give him what he wants in a safe environment. So he really wants the free weight squat. He's got a bad hip. He's very uneven. Okay, this is why we're doing what we're doing. I've explained to you the last 5 leg days why we're doing all things with cables and fixed. And he was insistent that we do free weights. So we did. And immediately he said, this bothers my lower back. Oh, I feel really uneven. Well, that's because you are uneven, and that's what we've been working on for the past 3 months.
Keep it going, man.
And then here's the thing. So, and explaining why we're doing what we're doing, and then giving praise when you see the improvement. So the other day, like when we first started, he could not incline. He could not use free weights for bench.
Yeah.
It was all over the place. It was dangerous. He was going to hurt his shoulder more than gain any chest gains. The other day we did incline dumbbell bench, and it was leagues better. And I praised him for it. I said, hey man, this is why we didn't do this for so long. I think you're ready now. I think you have the stability muscles, and I think you have the coordination to do this now. And we did it, and you killed it. So that's part of, if another trainer is trying to poach you, you should be able to talk to your trainer about it, be open and say, hey, why are we doing this the way we're doing it? Why are we doing this? And they better have an explanation. If your trainer can't explain to you what you're doing, you do have a bad trainer. Your trainer should know the why and the how.
Yeah, and be able to, properly put it in words to make you understand, no matter who it is. Like it's kind of hard to, get 4-year-old kids to understand why we're doing knee drives or step ups or something like that. But ultimately, when I say it makes you run faster, they get it. They understand. So that's just simple terms, though. But my red flags and green flags are completely gone. I'm not too sure about you.
Nah, that was the biggest one. And that should be the biggest thing is overall when it comes to certification, when it comes to the physique, nothing matters if you cannot talk to your trainer. So that is what I want you guys to take with you today. Is if you're looking for a trainer, they should be able to be friendly with you. They should be able to talk to you about what your goals are. They should be able to explain to you everything you're doing and why you're doing it. And they should be able to be open to criticism. They should be undeniable. And that goes for you as trainers. Be undeniable. If you don't know why you're doing a workout with a client, do not do that workout with that client.
Do not do it.
If they ask you why we're doing this and you said, oh, it looked cool on Instagram, I want your certification in my hand so I can tear it up. I don't want you training people because you're going to get them hurt. So as a trainer, become undeniable. I want you to try. There's a bunch of workouts I saw that honestly look fascinating and they look really cool. And I just told one of my clients, I want to try this first and see if I can understand it enough to explain it to you before I show us, before I show you how to do it.
Put yourself through it, like you were saying
Absolutely.
before. You know,
if you don't practice what you preach, if you can't do the workouts you're putting your client through, you're not a good trainer. And that is the biggest red flag to me. So I hope this helped. Any other words?
No, it's not so much. Please, you know, subscribe button will be like somewhere down here. Our @ will be somewhere down here. Make sure to follow us. If you have any recommendations, any questions, comments, concerns for us, please leave them down below in the comment section. If you guys want us to react to any TikTok videos of people inside the gym or at home gym, I know that there's like a trend going on, like the creep thing. You want to do something with that?
Oh, we can talk about the gym creep thing. Yeah, we're hella slow. See, that's the problem. You're not on TikTok, man. You're not on TikTok, so you get everything late. You get the Instagram Reels 6 months later. This guy's a boomer.
TikTok.
No, this guy's old, man.
For TikTok, guys. It's for the birds.
That's how we're gonna stay relevant.
For the birds. But yeah, if you guys have anything for us, please be sure to let us know. We'd love to, reach out, comments, questions on our DM, anything like that. We're always open and available, and we'll get back to you guys if you guys do have any questions. But be sure to let us know what you guys want to see in the near future. We're just going to keep coming at you guys with more videos, more content, and again, we're going to try and push out 2 times a week very, very soon. So thank you guys for sticking to it. See you guys on the next one.
Take care, guys.
Peace.